So welcome to the third part of video 2, where we're working on form design. Seen from the first video how you can change some of the properties of the form, change the design of the form, the scale of the form, all of them different things. And the second video we looked at how we can add controls to the form, bind the form to a table, add fields from the table onto the form, bind text box to fields in tables. So we're now going to look at some simple VBA coding in relation to altering the properties of the form, and you'd start to see how VBA code can be used interactively with the form. So we'll go and we'll look. We've now got our dashboard. As you see the running of the dashboard, what we're going to do now is we're going to add a little control in, and we're going to take a combo box and list combo, and we're going to put it in, and I'm going to type in the values. So we're going to, and what this is going to do is when you actually select a color in this combo box, what it'll do is actually change the background color of the form. So we're going to go with just red, blue and green. And we're not going to store the values, and we're just going to, the label, just change the color, and we're going to just finish. So we'll now have a combo. It's always good practice to name your control, so we're going to call this CBO color. You will notice that in the programming of VBA that color is actually spelt without the U in the American format, so some people like to just keep with the American format when programming. So what we're going to do is we've got a text box for run the form. You'll see there's three values: red, blue and green. What we want to do now is we want to put an event piece of code, so whenever something happens with this combo box drop down list, an event will take place. And what we're going to do is after update. Now a lot of events that you probably will use are on click events for buttons. This one is actually whenever the combo box is changed, you can use on change. We're going to use the after update, and we're going to go in and click on the three dots, and we're just going to click on code builder, and it brings you into a Visual Basic editor where you can actually add code for using VBA, Visual Basic for application. So it's very similar to Visual Basic and event driven code. So we're going to start off, we're saying the three colors red, green and blue. So we're going to use a selection here, and it's using an if then else. So if and me basically means the current form. So once you're in a form and you type me, that means the current form. If you're relating to another form, you would actually use forms, and we'll talk about that later on when we're dealing with more complex code, but this is just simple code. So me dot CBO color, so that's the control, equals red, then, and I always sort of go down because some people sometimes when they're doing selections miss the end if. So if it equals red, I'm going to change it, and it's good practice to sort of tab in your code so that I can see that if and that end if are the same function. So the CBO color equals red, I'm going to change the background, so the color of the form equals me. Now you have to remember we're dealing with form with different components, so the me is the actual overall form, and what we're actually looking to change is the detail of the form. So if we go back to our code, me dot and you'll see detail dot and back color equals VB red. So we're going to just, once red's selected, it'll change the background color to red. Save our form and run, and you'll see when I change to red, it changes the background color to red. Now we want to have that you can also change it to blue and green, so we're going to use an else if me dot CBO color equals blue, then, and in this else if, we're going to have me dot detail dot back color equals VB blue. Going to have another one then, else if me dot CBO color equals green, then the detail is going to be green. Me dot detail dot back color equals VB green. And the last one we want then is we want to have an else me dot detail dot back color equals VB white. So we're going to go back now to our form, and we're going to save it, and we're going to run our form. So the color is white, so we're going to change it to red. Oh, me detail that color. Oh, I spelled color wrong. That color, should have selected it. So if I change that to red, changes it to red, blue and green. And you can see what I was saying about the colors of using the U in color, which can be a problem in the English language because it's actually, the code actually is an American spelling, so color is COLOR, and that's what caused the problem. So we can change it to blue, green, and that basically is a simple way of using VBA code to affect the properties of the form. So the next thing we're going to actually do is we're going to actually take a value from the form, and then this value is a certain value, then the back color is going to change. So if we take the form, we go to the form, and there's a number of different events in the form. On load is when the form loads, so that would mean that event would be when the form actually loads on the screen, and then there's different before update and after update, and they were more to do with controls. What we're actually going to work on is on current, and current means the current record that the form is bound to. So the on current, we're going to go and just going to put in simple code here. If, we'll just have it in a bit, if me dot S branch was the name of the text box that stores the value of the branch, me branch equals Dungannon, then I'm going to go down to my end if me dot detail dot back color equals VB red. So we're going to change it to red if the field is Dungannon. Now you will see there's a problem with this, but I'll explain this as we go through it. So you'll see it's reading the text box which is saying S branch is Dungannon, so the back color is red. Again, Dungannon is red. How long? Cookstown's also red. So why is this? And it's just a simple, once we put an event in with a piece of VBA code that stays, so it doesn't matter. We now have to go else. So that's basically saying if it's not Dungannon, the back color, so because the back color has been set to red, it stays red unless you put an else in the actual selection. So we run now, we'll see Dungannon, Cookstown, Oma. So we can see the else is now starting to work. So you can actually go, and now that we've got this, we could actually put an else if me.sbranch equals Oma, then me.detail.backcolor equals VB blue, else if me.sbranch equals Cookstown, then me.detail.backcolor equals VB green, and then we can just finish off with an else. So if it is any of these, it's going to be white. So if it's going to be Oma, it's going to be green. If it's going to be Cookstown, if it's going to be Cookstown, it's going to be green. If it's going to be Oma, it's going to be blue. And if it's Dungannon, it's red. Save yes. Oh, it's exited out of my database. Come back in, and I get my database again. I open the database, go to my dashboard. You'll see it's red, 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 green, 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 blue, blue, blue. Now, the challenge is, and we're going to be looking at, we can see the colors VB red are very sort of dazzling on the eyes, and that's because they're very limited on the colors. They don't work on shades, and for that you need to use RGB or hexadecimal. And what we're going to be doing next, and I'm not going to show you this, is for you to research how you can actually change the color to a more shaded color. And so it's looking at, and whenever it reaches that value, instead of having equals VB red, how can you actually have that color that is a hexadecimal color? So the challenge is, I've shown you how to change the colors and their VBA colors, and as you see they're quite sort of too prominent. Maybe you want to have a different shade of color, so it's to change the background color. So I want you to go and do some research where you could change the color to a hexadecimal RGB color, and you give a range of shades and colors which is more than the VB colors. So I'll give you an example. We go now to the dashboard. You can see we've got a nice smooth red for Dungannon, nice pastel green, and a less prominent blue. So this brings the end of this video, and showing you how you can change the properties using simple VBA coding.